Blackstone presents New Rules for Firefights by Michael Anderle. This book is read by Sarah Mollo-Christensen. Chapter 1. Heads up! Chill couldn't tell if the warning was directed at her, given the utter chaos of the brawl. The visit to the cantina had devolved into a no-holds-barred, exuberant exchange of violent mayhem that always had space for a few more combatants. Thankfully, the bar area itself was sealed off with shatterproof glass, and if she had to guess, it was probably resistant to almost anything but a handheld coil gun. It wasn't like that kind of glass was expensive, and as investments went, given the sheer number of fights that happened in and around the bar, saving the booze and keeping their employees safe was probably a no-brainer. Protect the booze and let the patrons fight it out until the local authorities came in and, more than likely, joined the fun. The Jindahin, the dominant cultural group among the Dahin, didn't like to do their own law enforcement. This interesting situation had brought her to Mug 9 in the first place. The aquatic bastards didn't mind working when they were underwater, but from what she'd learned about them, being out of the water was something of a strain on their system. While living on land was something they had adapted to, it meant they weren't particularly suited to heavy labor. Ironically, that particular challenge had led to some of their most powerful innovations to date, although they were only too happy to pay other species to do the out-of-water work for them. Better still, they didn't much care that their mercenary police usually caused as many problems as they solved, as long as the fighting didn't reach the underwater cities. Of course, that worked out well for Chill. She'd never liked having too much oversight, and as long as she was alive and ready to head into the thick of it the next morning, a nice brawl was an enjoyable way to keep her reflexes sharp. She ducked as a chair hurtled over her head and into a nearby wall, then retrieved her hair clip carefully and used it to secure her bright silver hair. Enough people were in the fight for her to have the time to gather herself. She'd hated her hair from the moment she realized how much attention it caught when she didn't wear a helmet. It wasn't bad enough for her to want to shave it to the scalp, though. Instead, she kept it short enough that it could be comfortably restrained, and it didn't make her unnecessarily hot when she wore her helmet. While perhaps not the most popular style, it was a decent look for her, and she liked having some hair on her head, at least. Ready for the next round, she pushed to her feet and stretched her neck to either side.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?